And this week it's the 2025 revised Tesla Model Y. Here in beautiful Barrel, bunch of Teslas, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's in the new car. In the back there's plenty of space, and when I say plenty of space, the seat is set for me. That is huge. Got a little map pocket back here, another screen, some vents, although these ones aren't fancy ones like the front ones, and some USBs. And as you can see overhead, the biggest lot of glass you've ever seen in your life. Apart from the big screen in the back, the front is where you'll notice the most change. Everything in here apparently has had the laying on of hands. The steering wheel, same buttons as before, one stalk less, but I think they've learnt their lesson from the Model 3. This one still has a good old-fashioned indicator stalk. Lights, washers, multi-control buttons, a mic button, and a camera button. And in fact, that's the Tesla CEO just there, or the Tesla boss, or the national boss. So you've got a view in the front, a view in the back, then left and right. If you're in Sentry mode, the car will watch all the way around you, but also the car watches and records what's happening on this very screen. Now, along the bottom, pretty much the same as before. We've got some air conditioning controls, and this is the gear lever. So we can see that when the car should auto select gears, but it's not doing it, so I'm going to do it myself. You've just got to have your foot on the brake. And up we go. This is a rear-wheel drive model. There's an all-wheel drive model as well.
Drive north on Moss Vale Road for 4.8 kilometres.
This side is for the driver. This side is for navigation and settings and so forth. Let's hope that I don't kill myself. Oh! It's really strange being in a rear-wheel drive car again after all these years, because I've spent so much time in all-wheel drive cars, especially all-wheel drive EVs. You can see down below I've got some phone chargers. This is the card key, and as you know, your phone can be a key. There's a huge box. That glove box goes all the way, sorry, the center console bin goes all the way to the floor. It is incredibly deep. And then there's another one here that's also fairly deep. Tesla's got a big road to climb. Its somewhat erratic CEO has put some buyers off. So the refreshing of this Model Y is going to be so important for the company. As before, you can access all of the main features of the car through the infotainment system. There's still no CarPlay or Android Auto as yet. One thing we do have is enhanced cruise control. So it's not quite full self-driving, you still do have to watch where you're going, and you've got to stay in the front seat and you've got to keep your hands on the wheel. Just up here there's a little button-sized camera, and that's keeping an eye on me to make sure I'm keeping an eye on the road. I've got the vents set to swish air from side to side, and I can get to all my functions through the main menu at the bottom. The sound system in this Model Y is absolutely brilliant. One of the things they've done for the 2025 version is they've improved the ride, the handling, the quietness. The glass is acoustic glass. I don't know whether you can tell it or not, but this cabin is ghostly quiet. I mean, it is so quiet. The other thing that's been improved is the amount of space, especially for rear seaters. There's extra leg room. I asked all of the Tesla staff what size batteries are in their cars, and they said, well, we've stopped telling people what size batteries are in cars, but I'm going to Google it. Because what people want to know is how far they can go. And this has got about 430 odd kilometers. range.
In 200 metres, enter the roundabout and take the second exit.
That's not what I'd call spectacular. I'm now driving through the middle of beautiful downtown Bowral. Bowral is a beautiful little spot. It's charismatic and it's quintessentially Australian. So that's the other thing, you can plan a trip on this, and if you navigate to a supercharger, the Tesla will precondition its battery so you get the maximum level of charging from your car when you get there. You'll notice that when we go slow, it's picking up parking spots. If you press the P, the Tesla will park itself. So it's always looking for parking spots. And you can see down here there's two lines of traffic. Cars parked, cars not parked. You can also see the lights up here. The one thing that the Tesla doesn't like is sun behind the lenses. We've seen that in a couple of other cars as well, that it thinks that the lights are actually on and they're not. Steering, I would call this,
Left to stay on Bond Street.
okay, I would call this a neutral handling car. It's sprightly, but it's not neck snapping. And we've got this in the sprightliest mode with a choice of standard and trip. As I've said about Teslas in the past, they were being sold as luxury cars. And if I lean forward, this is fairly thin vinyl over a foam core. I'm not sure that's going to stand up to really rough treatment very well. You'll notice the theme lighting around the front that continues onto the back doors. You can change the colours on that. The other thing is, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but the rear vision is pretty appalling. There's a little postage box sized slit where the back window should be, despite the fact that it's absolutely huge. They need an electronic rear view mirror, and you can also manipulate some of the controls with voice control. We'll see if this works. Temperature 21 degrees. And it did turn the temperature up to 21 degrees. The other advantage of owning a Tesla is you can use the Tesla superchargers without any surcharge. Whereas non-Tesla users from some brands that are able to use them, they're charged a premium, which I think's a bit mean, given that Teslas can use other chargers. Coming around now onto the start of the freeway, 110 kilometers an hour of mighty American know-how. Well, American know-how made in China. One of the things that's changed is it's just a single press for cruise control. The car's now driving itself. It's set itself to the appropriate road speed as per the sign. 110 max, the sign says 110, and we're set at 110, and we're doing 110. You can see there's cars around me. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to... Alright, the car's doing this by itself. Okay, that changed lanes all by itself. Now someone's coming up behind me. There are one or two things I'm not all that fussed on though. You've still got to use these buttons. I mean, this is beautifully clean, but you've still got to use these buttons to adjust, for example, the steering wheel in and out and height adjustment, as well as the mirrors outside. I think I'd rather have buttons for those. One thing I can report about now, a lengthy drive on the freeway, is that the ADAS features have been minimally intrusive. The instructions have been only when I've needed them from the cruise control. There have been no unnecessary beeps unless I've actually needed them. The driver attention warning system isn't overly intrusive. I think the reprogramming has done a power of good, and it is a world away from some of the Chinese cars that we've driven. Okay, here's the big Tesla sign. All
Now
right,
turn left.
I'm turning left. Now I'm going to see if I can do the
Now your
parking.
destination is on the left.
So you want to see here that we've got, right, I'm going to see if this will do a park. Yes, it looks like it's going to. All right, it's auto parking. I'm not touching a thing. Yep, it's doing it. It's doing it. It's doing it. It's auto parking. It's auto parking. It's gone backwards and forwards. Yes. Is it going to, how much, is it going to go back further? Probably not as far in the parking as I would like, but it did it all by itself. That's all this week from the Tesla Model Y. It is a huge advance over the old car. Is it enough to wow even more buyers? Only you can say. As always, hit like, leave a comment, and just over there to subscribe.